Hi, this is Roger Moore, and you're listening to James Bond Radio.
Any trip to Jamaica for a Bond fan isn't complete without visiting Ian Fleming's house, Goldeneye. Did you manage to make it there as part of the trip?
Yeah, we did. That was a once in a lifetime moment. I wasn't surprised that we didn't stay there because it's really expensive. It's over 10 grand a night to rent Fleming's villa, which is a 5-bedroom villa. And it's as beautiful as you would expect. I don't know how over the years they have kept it at this state. It's so gorgeous. It's also weird that it doesn't have any glass windows. Like he wanted that open air feeling to it. So I kept imagining during rainstorms or something like that, how do they protect this spot? But somehow when the construction of the place, whether it's the window shutters that they have or the building materials they used, it's pristine. It's gorgeous. It's one of the most beautiful spots we saw anywhere in Jamaica. You first arrive at Goldeneye and they took us down to the front desk where you could see where guests who are staying there can check in. And right across from the front desk is the Fleming room. And it's this mini library full of every book about Fleming, all of his own books. The walls are full of rare photos of Fleming working at Goldeneye, photos from the various films. You want to just spend your afternoon in the Fleming room. Right underneath the Fleming room is another little room that's a powder blue sitting room. So it has that Bond vibe right away, the powder blue. And all along the walls are photos from Dr. No of Honey meeting Bond on Laughing Waters. It's just such a cool spot.
Dude.
So you hang out there and then you go to the villa. And it has that sunken garden that Fleming commissioned them to build. You go through his living room is spotless. And then we went into his bedroom and his desk is right there. His original
desk.
That's
the spot, isn't it? Right there. That's the spot. The desk in the corner. Yeah.
The desk, the chair. I sat down at the desk. I mean, it was a very moving experience to sit at that desk.
Did you write anything? Did you take a little sheet of paper and just write something on a pad or something?
No, but they had a notepad there that's from the resort itself, from Goldeneye, and it said Goldeneye on the top and had the address. Yeah. I was very tempted to take a sheet from there and just bring it home with me. They had a Goldeneye pen. But I left it all there. I was like, no, I'm not gonna pilfer anything from Goldeneye. I'll just take photos of it. But yeah, the desk is beautiful. I don't know. It's another one of those things. Like, how do they keep this furniture? Well, shouldn't that be in the Smithsonian or something?
Yeah.
You would think. I mean,
that corner desk, man. That's such a magical thing. I suppose the most magical thing is the fact that it's still sitting there in that same spot, where you'd have sat all those years ago and knocked out these books. But yeah, you're absolutely right, man. I'm surprised it hasn't been like put behind glass at some point,
No, people are just allowed to sit in it. I would think that somebody would rent the place and accidentally spill something on it, or somehow they've managed to keep it really clean and really in such a perfect state. The chair, I had reference photos of various shots of him sitting at his desk. The chair is his chair. It has that wagon wheel image on the back of it, or a wagon wheel construction. So, you can feel him all over this place. They don't lean into it too much in the villa itself. You don't find a lot of Bond stuff in the actual house. You find that in like I said, in the Fleming room or in that little anti-room. The other cool thing is we went down to his private beach where he used to go snorkeling. And it's right behind the main villa. You go down this little staircase down to this little cove that is completely private, small little plot of sand. It has that. It looks exactly like it does on the cover of Matthew Parker's book Goldeneye, where Fleming is standing out there smoking his cigarette with the cigarette holder. You can see this boulder on the sand behind him. That boulder hasn't moved since that photo was taken.
Dude.
The cove is, you can just imagine him putting on his fins and his snorkel and diving out into the water. It's really a great place. It makes it worth it if you have 10 grand to drop on a hotel for the night. The fact that you get this little beach is just an added bonus.
That is such a magical thing, man, because we've always heard that story, haven't we, about how he'd get up in the morning and he'd knock out a few hours writing and then, break for lunch, go for a snorkel, and then maybe a bit more in the afternoon. We've heard that story so many times, and to be able to walk down those very same steps and walk onto that little beach that he would have done every afternoon is just mind blowing, man. That's absolutely outrageous. And things like that, I love the way you notice things like that, of like you said, that boulder there, that rock hasn't moved in 70 years or whatever it is since he was there. It's just crazy, man. What a beautiful opportunity that was to go there.
Now, there are, if you can't afford the 10 grand for the Fleming Villa, there are a lot of other options in Goldeneye. There are all of these little cottages that they've built to accommodate additional guests. So you have beach cottages, lagoon huts, and they're all at different price points, and anywhere from like $400 a night for a beach hut to maybe $800 for a lagoon cabin. I definitely recommend the lagoon cabins. If you can't swing the full 10 grand for the villa, go for one of the lagoon cabins because they're right on the water. You literally walk out of your bedroom onto a deck and then dive into the water. There's no beach to walk to, and then there's a ladder that you just climb back into your hut again. It's so worth it. There's everything about this resort is high class. It's incredibly exclusive. If you spend the night at this lagoon hut, be sure to ask somebody at the front desk if you can check the villa out. As long as nobody is currently staying there, they'll walk you right through there and give you however much time
that's nice.
you have available, so you can really see that villa. Because to stay there and not actually see the villa would be, I don't know, it would be very disappointing to me.
You got to see that desk, man. You've got to see that room for sure. Yeah, 100%.
It's such a great spot, and it's a little snooty. I'll say that the front desk guy who took us around the place, he realized that we weren't actually staying there, that we were just lowly journalists being walked through there. So there was some attitude there, but it almost made it better because Fleming was such a notorious snob in so many ways that I think he would have appreciated the front desk guy giving us a little attitude. So it was fine for me.
There is something about that, though, isn't there? It's like if he wasn't a little bit snooty, it would almost be a little bit of a disappointment, wouldn't it? Someone like that, especially when it carries a price tag like Goldeneye does. You kind of want a bit of snootiness, I guess. But what a beautiful thing. Okay, if you enjoyed that, make sure you click up here to watch the full episode, or you can click down here to watch another one of our episodes. And lastly, don't forget to hit subscribe for more Bond-related content from us here at James Bond Radio.